beliefs that keep women out of alignment, dim their glow, takes our money, our beauty, our joy, our peace, our congruence. Number one, being strong means doing everything alone. And I am so guilty of this. The strong woman, the iron woman, the one who can do it all, who can do everything. Let me bust your bubble, bestie. It's all lies. That is a huge lie. No one is an island. I am always going to advocate for women to be sovereign, to be self-sufficient, to be self-sustaining. But the truth remains that we all need community, which was why I created the Thriving Feminine Collective. We all need support. No one knows it all. No one can do it all. It is virtually impossible. It's literally impossible. So ambitious women, especially high achieving women, goal oriented women, women who are always about the results. Some of us have this belief that we have to be strong and that we have to be able to do everything alone. This life shouldn't be walked alone. Women thrive, women glow, women expand, women do great things, women impact when they have a supportive community, because this belief hardens the heart and exhausts the body. It hardens your heart and exhausts your body. Our glow softens when support is allowed. So you have to actually allow yourself to receive the support. Like sometimes when people are trying to help you or they are trying to do things for you, you must be open to receiving. Your alignment deepens when your strength includes receiving. There is this joy, this sense of being supported that comes with receiving help when you need it, when you want it, when it is needed. It makes you feel seen, makes you feel valued, make you feel heard as a woman. So being strong does not mean that you have to do everything alone. Belief number two that you have to ditch today, because it is draining your bank account, it is draining your ability to make money, your ability to be beautiful, your ability to call in abundance, your ability to be in the right environment, your ability to nurture your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul. And this belief is, my worth increases when I am constantly productive. I am guilty of this. I cannot stop working, or I couldn't stop working before I started my inner work around my glow up. Because glow up is not just about working on your outside, working on your appearance on the outside. A lot of work happens on the inside, because that is where your subconscious mind is. That is where your resistance lie. So you have to go in depth. When you feel like you have to constantly be productive to be worthy, to be loved, to be successful, to be seen, to be heard, to be appreciated, then there's a lot of work that needs to be done on your mind, on your body, on your spirit and your soul. You have to do that reconnection to those aspects of you. Because why should we as women feel like stillness is unsafe? Why should we feel like rest is lazy? Why should you feel like your glow is something that should be negotiated? Like your rest is something that you should be negotiating? No, you cannot constantly be in productive mode. Life is all about polarity. As you are being productive, there is also the need for you to rest. So you can't be in constant go mode. I have been there, and I had a massive, terrible burnout. It was a crash. And I learned that lesson the hard way, which was why I started the campaign for women to take their health, their wealth, and their happiness seriously. Because at the end of the day, your sense of productivity comes from inside. If it is only one video, for example, that you can film for a day, you have been productive for that day. If it is only one video that you can edit for a day, you have been productive for that day. If it is only one video topic that you can research and script or write for that day, you have been productive. If it is only one client that you can attend to in a day, you have been productive. We have to redefine what productivity means for us individually as women so that we can protect our life force. We can protect our joy, our peace, our pleasure, because we thrive better, we do better when those aspects of ourselves are preserved and nourished. Your worth is not tied to your productivity. It is not. Alignment is restored when your being replace constant doing. You cannot be constantly doing without being. And I struggled with that a lot as an ambitious woman, with just being. Just being. I strongly believe just being is a feminine quality or trait that we should continue to nurture as women. Believe number three that you need to throw out today because it is taking your money, it is degrading your body, degrading your mind, devaluing your spirit, separating you from your soul alignment. And that is, I can't change my mind once I have committed. This belief traps women in outdated identities and choices. Like, who says we cannot change our mind? There is nothing wrong with changing your mind. If you have agreed to do something and it gets to a point where it is no longer aligned, you have every right to change your mind. Growth requires permission to evolve. So give yourself that permission, the permission to grow, the permission to change. Your glow will return the moment you allow flexibility. Alignment honors the current self, not the past one. The woman you were yesterday is not the woman you are today. But let's not forget that the woman you were yesterday contributed or moved you or evolved you into the woman you are today. So your past self is a part and parcel of who you are today. But where you are going, who you are becoming, the woman you are becoming is what the focus should be on. Give yourself the permission to leave the woman in the past. The woman I was 10 years ago is not the woman that I am today. And my transformation, my personal transformation internally and externally has been so massive that some people physically cannot recognize me when they meet me in person from the woman that I was 10 years ago. My personal transformation was that massive. I had to talk to myself. I had to sit with myself and listen to that inner voice, that intuition, that nudge, that voice whispering in my ear, that voice telling me to do this, the inner compass guiding me, directing me. I had to surrender for the change to take place. I had to open up for me to transform. My journey has been interesting because I allowed myself, especially as a woman guided by logic, a woman guided by science, ruled by science, because I want to see the 1+1 of things, but allowing myself to evolve, to feed into my intuition, into my heart, into what my heart is telling me, what my inner compass, the direction, the path that my inner compass is leading me on. I had to surrender to all of that in order for me to become the woman that I am today. There was a certain way that I used to dress that I don't dress like anymore. There was a certain way that I used to think, and I don't think like that anymore. Now I am able to balance my logical side with my emotional side, my intuitive side. So my masculine and feminine are able to work together, to collaborate now. Unlike before, where I used to be strictly logical and there was no space for emotion, there was no space for play, there was no space for me to fully express my joy because I was always scared of being seen as joyful. Joyful meaning you are unserious, you are unprofessional, you are this, you are that. All of these limiting beliefs that made it impossible for me to evolve, made it impossible for me to change, made it impossible for me to embrace change. And so I have given myself permission to change my mind. Just because I have committed to something, to dressing a certain way, to a certain job, to a certain environment, to certain people, does not mean that I cannot change my mind. Belief number 4 that we have to trash today in order to stay nourished as women is visibility is dangerous. When we think that visibility is dangerous, we shrink ourselves, we soften our voice, and we hide our brilliance. Like, I am an intelligent woman. I am a brilliant woman. I am beautiful. I am resourceful. I am sufficient. I am articulate. I am ambitious. I am a goal getter. I am feminine. I am in tune. I am attuned. I am magnetic. I am alive. I am pleasure filled. I am passionate. I am visible. I allow myself to be visible because what is unexpressed becomes stagnation. Your glow thrives in self expression. When you keep dimming yourself, you keep reducing yourself, you keep shrinking yourself because you don't want to be visible, you don't want to be seen, you don't want to be felt, you don't want to be judged, you don't want to be perceived, then how do you experience life in 360 degree? You are always going to be experiencing life in certain degrees if you don't come out fully, if you don't embody fully, if you don't embrace your quirks, your flaws, your unique makeup, if you don't embrace all of that fully, you are always going to be living life in that half empty glass mode. And I personally do not want to live like that. I don't want the women in my community to live like that. So you have to be visible. You have to show up. You have to show up for yourself. Show up fully. Show up authentically. Show up magnetically. Show up in your truth. That is very important to me. Your alignment expands when you allow yourself to be seen. Belief number 5 that is quietly taking you out of alignment, taking women out of alignment, dimming our glow, taking our money, degrading our mind, our body, our spirit, our soul, eroding our joy, our peace, our pleasure. That belief is, there's something wrong with me. Let me debunk that now. There is nothing wrong with you. You are only working with certain wiring and conditioning in your subconscious, and even some are conscious. This belief lives quietly beneath many others. It turns self correction into self rejection. I can be very hard on myself. I remember when I got certain opportunities and they didn't work out. I kept blaming myself instead of accepting that it wasn't meant to be, or accepting that it wasn't in alignment with my season of life at the time, or it wasn't in congruence with the timing of that particular phase of life that I was in. I kept blaming myself that those opportunities didn't work out. I kept rejecting myself. And at a point when I am having conversations, I would have concluded in my mind that it wasn't going to work. So instead of correcting myself with love, with joy, with empathy, I went into self rejection mode. I rejected myself before other people rejected me. And that was why, when I wanted to start content creation, which was about 5 years ago, I had so many limiting thoughts about creating content. I had so many beliefs about being seen. And I had to do the work around thinking that there's something wrong with me because I couldn't fit into certain environments. I couldn't do certain jobs. I couldn't stay in certain jobs. I couldn't hold certain jobs down. I couldn't interact in certain rooms. And then I started thinking that there was something wrong with me. My darling, there's nothing wrong with you. Your glow will fade when you relate to yourself as a problem to fix. I stopped seeing myself as a problem. And you need to stop seeing yourself as a problem to fix as well. You are complete. You only need to start looking into your conditioning, beliefs, limitations, thoughts, resistance, excuses that has been built into you over the years, that have become part and parcel of you. So you have to hold that mirror up to yourself. You have to look yourself, face yourself in the mirror and do the work. There is nothing wrong with you. Again, this belief lives quietly beneath many other beliefs. So you have to peel the layers. Ask why, the first why, the second why, the third why, until you get to it. There was a time I didn't want to wear certain pieces because of some beliefs that I had about women who wear those types of clothing. For example, I love wearing tights. I realize that some people think that wearing tights makes you promiscuous. And then I stopped wearing it until I did the work on myself that this is what you love. Anyone who is going to draw any conclusion about you wearing tights as part of your accessories, whatever conclusion they draw is on them, not me. There was a time that I used to do certain jobs, working in environments that were not beneficial to me, that were not healthy for me personally. And I found myself trying to fit in, trying to shrink myself, doing this mental gymnastics, bending over backward, etc. I had to say goodbye to those environments, those people. I have met people who felt uncomfortable in my presence without even doing anything. Just your presence sometimes may trigger some people, because sometimes your presence may be a reflection. It could be a mirror for what they need to work on. So I have stopped taking things personally as a woman. When I am about my money, I am focusing on my money. When I am about my beauty, I am doing my beauty routines the way that works for me. I style myself in ways that aligns with me. I have my goals in sight. I am very clear about where I am going. And when I am unclear, I either sit down to work things out, or sometimes I just surrender everything to God, because sometimes as a human being, you just can't see everything. There is just no way you can preempt how everything will turn out. So there is nothing wrong with you. That's the message that I want to share with us ladies today. I know it's a long video, but this message needed to come out. It needed to be shared. It needed to be experienced. It needed to be heard. It needs to reach who it needs to reach. That is the way my transmission works. That is the way messages come to me. And whatever needs to flow out must be allowed to flow out. That is how I work as an ambitious feminine woman. That's how I attract abundance. So all these beliefs that I shared with you today, I want you ladies to take your time to listen to the video, watch the video again over and over, and then pick them apart one after the other as they apply to you. And if they don't apply, let them fly. I hope this message lands safely with you. I hope it resonates. If you are interested in joining our Glow Up community, the Thriving Feminine Collective, link to join our community. It's a free community for ambitious women who wants to grow, to glow, and to prosper without self-abandoning. Link to that will be in the description box below. And I also work with professional women, creatives, business entrepreneurs who are about building calm, joyful, meaningful, magnetic, authentic, aligned, profitable, and sustainable personal brands online. A brand that you wouldn't need a vacation from, a brand that aligns with your unique design as a woman, your talent, your skills, your expertise, your knowledge, your passion, your purpose, your values, your lived experiences, your stories, your personality. We can go on and on. Link to book a clarity session with me will be in the description box below, because I am going to die on the heel of encouraging women to do what they love for who they care about, to do work that they care about for people that they care about, because therein lies your joy, your peace, your happiness, your money, your abundance, without hustling, without self-abandoning. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, click on the notification button as well.